Is it?
Oh, I'll say that a bit more manly. 70.
70. Episode 70.
70. 71.
Episode 70.
72.
Just talk.
70. It's
That's
episode
okay.
70.
Okay, hello.
Oh, I can hear myself now. That's better.
Oh, that's okay. That's good. Right. Ahoy, hoy, Pancasters. I'm Pavo.
And I'm Neil.
And welcome to That's No Moon.
It's a podcast.
It's your weekly digest of all the Star Wars news you need to know that Neil can find on the old Tinternet.
Tinternet. Well, I've had a little scurry around.
Episode 70.
Episode 70. Well, I've had a good look around, and there's been a lot. I'm going to start straight away about Lord and Miller.
Okay.
Been on and as you can see, I've got pages of it because there's loads of notes that I wanted to make. So I wanted to talk through about. Have you read any of this?
I've read little bits and pieces. Yeah,
it's quite interesting.
I tried to not really delve into it as much now because I want to know what it is that you're going to talk about each week.
Okay.
Obviously,
Right. Well,
I'll still watch a few bits. But.
Yeah. So it's now official that Lord and Miller. Work on the solo Star Wars story will be credited, and after being removed from the director's chairs, they will now be executive producers. I don't know why executive producers, probably to get some of the income, or
probably it's more the fact probably that they can't be given director
But you see, I was reading this. I haven't got this on my notes, and to get a director's credit, you have to have directed 80% or more of the movie, don't you?
Yeah.
Which they had apparently done.
But I don't think they've used a lot of that footage, have they?
Right, okay.
I reckon that it's going to be Ron Howard that's going to be director, isn't it?
Well, he is.
As
director.
in credited.
Yeah, because obviously the reshoot. So, and while speaking to Vulture, I wasn't quite sure what Vulture is, an online thing. An unidentified male actor has spoken about behind the scenes. While it said he wasn't a main cast member, he had front row seats to everything that was happening. So he was asked about Lord and Miller, and why they're dismissed from the project. And he said, to quote, "Phil and Chris are good directors, but they weren't prepared for Star Wars. After the 25th take, the actors are looking at each other like, is this it? Is this getting weird? And Lord and Miller seem to be out of control. They definitely felt the pressure with one of these movies. There are so many people on top of you all the time. The first assistant director was really experienced and had to step in to help them direct a lot of the scenes in the end." So it seemed that they were out of depth with the huge scale of the thing. They didn't know how to control it, which I suppose if you think about it, even though their movies have been big, they've been small productions.
Not to the scale.
Big as in the scale of what they've done. So like the Lego movie was huge, but it was a small team.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street and that. It's been a successful movie, but probably a small team. So seeing the Star Wars one, huge team, they were inexperienced with it. The actor who spoke also confirmed that Ron Howard, when he came on to reshoot, shot 80% of the film again. So there we go, what I was just saying. The actors got and felt more comfortable as he took control, and you could feel this. They also spoke about the script and said that it's exactly the same script, and that the rumour is that Lord and Miller kept deviating from Lawrence Kasdan's offerings, suggestions for new improvisational-based tasks on top of the script. Well, we all know Lawrence Kasdan wouldn't be happy about that.
And the thing is, if you're feeling unsure about being at the helm of a Star Wars movie, and you've got a gift of a Lawrence Kasdan script, why would you try and deviate away from it?
Yeah, you would read that, get an image in your head of what he's written, and then try and put that to celluloid.
Basically, shoot every word
as it is,
every image that he's put. I'm not saying that you don't maybe have little ideas of your own.
Well, you would also have script doctors on set, wouldn't you? Probably Lawrence Kasdan or Jake or whoever was there. They would be on set. They're paid to be there. So if you're filming something and it doesn't work, they would be there to say, "Hey guys, this isn't working. Is there another angle we could do with it? What do you think?" And you then get together, don't you? You don't say to the actors, "Go off and improvise."
The other thing is, which is a question that we asked when Lord Miller got sacked at the start, was some of the responsibility has to land on Kathleen Kennedy, because you should know what you're going to get with Lord and Miller. You know that it's more like improvisational
yeah.
Style, And I feel a little bit
comedy.
Yeah, I feel a little bit sorry for old Ehrenreich, because people have gone on saying, "Oh, he had an acting coach."
Well, I will talk about that.
Yeah, and I think that to me then makes it sound like he wasn't a good actor, whereas he may just not be good at improvising.
Yeah.
So you have got these people that are very, like Lord and Miller, are very good at improvisational comedy.
Yeah.
And you can tell that with what I've seen of
Jonah
21 Jump
Hill
Street,
and that
you can see that the way that when they're talking to each other, they're going, right, we'll do a take of the script and then we'll do 4 or 5 takes. You just do what you want to do. It's the same sort of thing as like The Office and Parks and Rec. Lord and Miller have done those sort of programs. And it's that kind of thing. You can tell when it's sort of like they're going to just let them go.
Yeah.
You can't do that with a Star Wars
Well,
film.
not on a budget of that size.
But it's also Star Wars is a rigid... There's comedy moments, but the story comes first.
And especially when you've got somebody as well respected as Lawrence Kasdan in the script world. He's famous for dialogue and everything.
I'm sorry, but if you are going to a Star Wars movie, what a gift is that they're saying, here's a Lawrence Kasdan script.
I know.
I mean, that is a gift from the Force.
Absolutely, absolutely. So also mentioned were the sets, which were made for Lord and Miller's version. The whole sets, and then on Howard's reshoots were just using parts of the set. Maybe to save money, or maybe because they could use what they'd already filmed. And then there was the subject of an acting coach brought in for Olden Ehrenreich, which is what you just spoke about. The source did say that they did bring in a coach, but it was just to channel Olden's Harrison Ford. Trying to mimic Harrison Ford is really tough, and Lucasfilm wanted something very specific on this. Copy and see someone else. Olden's not a bad actor, just not good enough to do that. You could see his acting become more like Harrison as the coach helped through. So that's what that so-say is.
Right, okay.
So while Lucasfilm and Chris Miller are both denied these statements, how much of this do you think is true?
Well, we've got a friend who also, I think, has got somebody they know that can drop some bombshells like this, which we haven't had a chance to talk to. So I think it was obviously a very troubled set.
Yeah, it sounds like it was.
And then you can understand why they picked someone like Ron Howard, who was a very safe pair of hands.
Yep.
Until we see the Ron Howard movie, if it's fantastic, it doesn't matter, does it?
No.
If people start complaining, then it will be, well...
It's going to do the money, isn't it?
It'll do the money, but then if you look at like Justice League, people didn't like the Joss Whedon version, and now everybody's clamouring that they want to see the Snyder Cut. They want to see the Snyder Cut, which made me laugh, because the reason people didn't like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman was it's too dark, it's very sombre, there's no light, there's no colour to it, and yet that's what Joss Whedon tried to bring into Justice League, and now everybody is saying we wanted a darker version. We want a version that fits.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Exactly. And I think it, like you say, this will make a lot of money. Will it make Saga money? I don't know.
I don't think so. I don't think it'll make Rogue One money.
I mean, do you think? Every movie they've released so far has hit $1 billion. Do you think this will hit $1 billion?
I'm not sure.
See,
You're still going to be... They're only a month after Infinity War.
Yeah.
That's still probably going to be playing strong.
And they're only like 4 or 5 months after The Last Jedi. That, I think, is what's going to hit it more than whether the movies are good.
Yeah, I think they should have delayed it to the Christmas period. I really do. And kept it there. I think they'd have been a bit more of a shoe-in of more money.
Even Mark Hamill said the same thing. He said that he thought that... why didn't they just keep it going until December?
Yeah.
Instead of bringing it out, and again, it never made sense why.
Well, it would have been a perfect timing, wouldn't it? Last Jedi December, Solo December, Episode 9 December, and then away it goes, and it keeps going on December. I don't know why they've done it. I think they were just dipping their toe in to see whether they could bring it back to its original sort of release date.
Well, I do think that it was for that, to see whether or not a Star Wars movie can make a lot of money in May, and then that would open up the 2 movies a year.
But this could be the nail in the coffin for these sort of standalone movies, I think. If it doesn't do well.
If that hasn't already been knocked in.
Well, there's still rumours flying around about the Obi-Wan.
But with the fact that they're going to have a Rian Johnson trilogy and the Game of Thrones guys series of movies.
Yeah.
I mean, the series of movies could still be all standalone movies, and those guys are the Kevin Feige of that.
Yeah.
Possibly. We won't know that for, obviously, a while, but...
Well, the first to be dropped will be the Rian Johnson, won't they?
Oh, you would assume so.
Well, I think that's what they said it would.
Yeah,
it'll be his first of the movies.
Yeah.
So, carrying on talking about Solo, obviously we'll leave Lord and Miller behind. Spanish website lafosadelrancor.com have uncovered bits regarding the aliens that appear in this new movie. MIMBANS.
MIMBANS.
A swamp planet where Han and Chewie are trying to escape after being captured. According to the website, the aliens on this planet are called MIMBANese. And apparently are from the ideas used in Star Wars Legends.
Mimban sounds like it's something from Monty Python with Tarquin, Fin, Tim, Lim, Bim, Nim, Bim, Bust Up, Fatang, Ole, Biscuit Barrel.
Well done.
Thank you.
So carrying on with Solo, Ron Howard's.
Yeah, you know him.
Ron Howard has confirmed via his Twitter account that the Solo movie has had the final edit locked down. Sound is being processed and another trailer will be dropping very soon. Nice. It'd be nice to see another trailer, actually.
It would.
Just to see whether it changes things up of how you feel. So if you follow Ron Howard on Twitter, you're able to see all the pictures from the sound recording at Abbey Road, as well as the other pictures from the set that are closing down.
Yeah.
It's the standard fare.
It's time now, isn't it? I think that with all of the drama that's been going on, I think people now just want to see even though like we could have had till December to watch it.
I think it would have made a lot more sense, especially after all the Lord and Miller drama.
Yeah,
they should have just shut everything down, as in quiet, everything online. The first trailer should have dropped about now for December.
Yeah, I think we'll start getting TV spots.
We're going.
Well, there's already been one. I don't know whether you're going to talk about that. The is it Denny's in America? There's a Denny's advert with like
where you collect all the
cards.
Yeah,
there's a young Han Solo and a young Lando Calrissian.
That's
but
right.
I mean, like they were like 10 or 11.
Well, this is where what I'm just about to talk about.
Not
Not Denny's,
right,
obviously,
okay.
But I did see that. This was linked near to what this was. It seems that the Solo movie will be concentrating on 3 different points in young Han's life. At the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to him as a street urchin with Kira. Is it Quira or Kira?
Kira.
Is it Kira? Spelled weird, isn't it? A fellow Corlean. Corellian, sorry. This came from the description on Amazon for the book Star Wars Most Wanted. So the description, I pulled it up from Amazon so we can read it. It says, set before the events of Solo, a Star Wars story, Han and Kira don't have a lot in common other than not having a lot. They're street kids on the industrial planet Corellia, doing whatever it takes to get by, dreaming of something more. They each jump at the chance to prove themselves in the perilous world of Corellia's criminal underbelly, only to discover that they are on the same mission for the same unscrupulous boss. When the job goes disastrously wrong, Han and Kira are on the run for pirates, a droid crime syndicate, the Empire, and their boss, and will have to learn to trust each other if they are going to survive. Now they're thinking this is major for the plot of Han Solo.
Well, I think it's obviously building up that this Kira and Han have got a relationship from way back, haven't they? So.
Yeah, I think that it's sort of hinting that you'll see them as kids and
yeah.
So makes
which,
sense, doesn't it?
Which also makes me think that she's not going to survive it.
Well, how old is Chewie? Is Chewie young?
He's like 200, isn't he, or something?
So he can't. So he must have been like an adult.
It depends on how they age, doesn't it?
So he could be a really young Wookiee still then.
Well,
if you think about it, if he met Han when he was young, Chewie could have been young. We're not going by the Star Wars The Holiday Special and having little Wookiees. He could be big quite quick.
Oh yeah, no, he'd probably be the same size as he is now.
Yeah. So he could still be quite young.
Yeah.
That's quite sweet to know, isn't it? Right, Deadline has run the numbers on The Last Jedi box office, and it is determined that it has beat the competition, and that's before Blu-ray, DVD and download sales, meaning that this Star Wars installment was 2017's most profitable film. So it's more popular than the feedback lent itself to, and Amazon in America apparently sold out of the Blu-ray last week when they released it, because they underestimated the popularity of it.
My only thing about the Blu-ray is I wish they wouldn't keep releasing loads of stuff on YouTube.
Because you have
like
to watch
little clips and stuff.
Until we read the list, and watched a couple of them.
Have you seen the blooper reel?
Yeah, I shared
that. That is so good. And the amount of times that that Leia smacks Poe around the face.
Yeah.
There's some really nice little bits.
There is. So, but I'm looking forward to sitting down. I might pre-order that now, I think.
Yeah. Because when do we get it?
This Monday. It's out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, this Monday coming. Is it the 9th? Let me look on your calendar. Yeah, the 9th.
Oh, lovely.
So I might actually, when I get home, pre-order that.
Lovely.
Just in case. Or they might have learnt their lesson from the American market. It's unusual for Amazon to sell out of something, isn't it?
Well, it is. I mean, I like to go to a place to go and get it physically, because you always worry that, like, if you try and get it... I used to remember when I used to get stuff from play.com. It always used to be... They said that you would get it on the day that it arrived, that it was... But then sometimes things happen in the post, don't they?
Yeah.
And you'd hate the fact that you were like 5-minute drive away from somewhere that you could go and buy it, and you're waiting for the postman to turn up, and then he doesn't turn up on the day.
Quite often when we pre-ordered something, or Play, that's a name in the past.
It is. They must be still going.
They're taken over, aren't they, by Ratu?
Oh yeah, the Rakuten or something. Yeah.
They took it over. But yeah, you used to quite often get it early though, didn't you? The day before.
Oh, no,
yeah.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, and I've done that from Amazon.
Right. So are you going to get the 4K version of The Last Jedi?
I don't know. I don't think I haven't got a PlayStation Pro, so
right.
There's no point really, is there?
I'm going to get it, because
I would be nerdy like that and buy the 4K, but I know my PlayStation doesn't upgrade.
I watched a video on YouTube today of audience reactions from The Last Jedi, and it's just clips, it's not the whole movie, obviously. And there are times when I wish I could go and see a movie like that with an American audience.
What were they whoop and
yeah, because I was getting goosebumps just on certain bits that they, the audience that was in this particular screening, as much as like The Last Jedi got loads of like negative comments, this audience absolutely loved it, and they were laughing at at certain bits, and they were not, you couldn't hear them crying, but like the rapturous applause at the end of when the episode finished, when the film finished. And I just I had goosebumps, because I remember going to see it, and nobody makes a noise about anything, or even if it's something funny, you might hear a little titter somewhere, and that's it. But that's just like British audiences, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I went to see when I went to Memphis a while ago. We went to
Memphis, Tennessee.
We went most nights to the cinema, and I saw The Sixth Sense there for the first time, and yeah, people were making noises there. I was trying to think of the Double Identity. Is it Double Identity with Tommy Lee Jones and Ashley Judd?
Sure, I don't know.
Double something. I can't remember what it was called. We went to see that standard thriller fare, and at the end when the bad guy got it, obviously no spoilers, the roars and the cheers, it's just really, it's quite good fun. It's an interactive experience, the cinema in America, isn't it?
Yeah. But then the British, I mean, I don't like it normally when people are making noises in the cinema.
No.
But if it's part of a experience where you're all part of it, just enjoying the movie, I think that's a little bit different.
I have been there when people have clapped at the end. I have been somewhere. I have seen a movie and I can't think of what it was.
No.
I'm sure I have. But when I went to see Black Panther last week, okay, it was still, I mean, it was in the day, it was before schools had broken up, and I would say that cinema was probably 2/3 full.
Really?
Yeah. And this was at 12:10 showing.
Well, it took another, like, $12 million last week at the American box office.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. It just keeps going and
it
going.
Does. So I was, like I said, so I was sat there, but the amount of people that got up and left as soon as it finished.
Yeah.
Nobody stayed. So I assumed, I thought, have they seen this all before?
I reckon so.
It's a lot of double viewings, isn't it?
Because it's been out, 5-6 weeks now?
Yeah. Well, February it came out.
So I can imagine that people have gone back to see it again and again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this isn't the
good for Marvel.
This isn't
Anyway,
the Black Panther show.
no, it's not. It's the Star Wars show.
Yeah.
So lastly, then, talking of Star Wars, John Boyega was speaking at the Awesome Con. Remember I said he'd be there? You can see the whole transcript of what he had to say online and everything, because there's a lot of it. But he did say that Rey and Finn are back together in Episode 9. He said, I haven't read the script for Episode 9, but Daisy did shoot me a text saying, oh my gosh. Now I can imagine her saying that when you listen to it. I just heard from JJ and we're back together. And that's what I'm really excited about, is Finn and Rey back together again, which I think is nice.
It is.
Yeah.
It is. I think it's going to be that. I think. Well, I'm not going to start surmising on what I think is going to happen in episode.
Oh,
9
you
yet.
could. I mean, because he also goes on to say, if I've got it here, I don't think I have, or have I? That he thinks it's going to be all-out war.
Well, that's I think is obvious.
Yeah, in there he's got to start training. He's been told he's got to get into training, ready for the July shoot. There we go. So JJ rang. I was going to take a holiday before that because I think episode 9, regardless of where the story goes, and I haven't read it, by the way, before you ask, is going to be all-out war. So I know that I'm going to have to do all I can to train for that shit.
I think it has to be, doesn't it? It has to be like both sides coming together. So those messages that they sent out at the end of The Last Jedi, I think, are going to get answered.
Yeah.
And people that are force sensitive, like that little boy at the end, they're all gonna come together.
It's going to have to be, isn't it?
Yeah, and then like you say, I think JJ's going to bring the Knights of Ren back because
I think you have to.
he set them up.
Yeah, you can't just have them in a movie and then never see them.
And they could almost be like the new Supreme Chancellor's bodyguards.
Yeah. And if you want to find out where Snoke is from and who he is going to be, they have confirmed there's going to be a book about the early Snoke years.
There you go. So he's definitely not Plagueis then, is he? Because they would have made more of it.
They would have made more of a humph about it. So that's it. That's all I've got this week. Hopefully next week we'll be doing a trailer breakdown.
Trailer breakdown?
Yeah, the second Han Solo trailer.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're thinking it might drop over the weekend.
Right, and then in a few weeks' time, once we've had a chance to get all our ducks in a row, we'll do the Last Jedi commentary.
Yes. So we'll do it in 2 hours.
We'll do it in a couple of weeks' time so we can make sure that we haven't got anything else on.
Yeah, we'll probably have to give, for those listening, we might have to give a break from one episode to the next episode to squeeze it in. We might have to.
Yeah.
Because that's what, 2 hours, 40-something minutes?
Something like that. No, we might be able to squeeze it right in.
No, that'll be fine.
But there might not be another episode for the whole month.
No, well, you need to do it because we've done all the others.
Indeed.
And then it's going to be a long time till, well, it won't be till Christmas till we do the solo one.
Exactly.
And then it will be a long time till, it's going to be a whole year and a bit till we do the next commentary.
It will be.
Wow.
Yeah. And just think, by the time that the episode 9 comes out, I'll have hopefully gone to Star Wars Land and come back and we can report on that.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Isn't that amazing? That's how weird it, when you think about. But then I can remember when we used to do the radio show and we were counting down when The Force Awakens was coming out, and it was like 420 days to The Force Awakens. And that's now been and gone, and we've had 3 other films since then.
Yeah,
2 other
films with a third on its way.
But there you go. So that's it for episode 70. Thank you very much for listening. You can come and subscribe to us on the podcast. You can get us on iTunes. You can get us also on Spotify now.
Yes.
So how about that?
That's up with the kids, isn't it?
That's up with the kids, innit?
In it.
So yes, you can catch us on there. So leave us a review, come and subscribe, leave a rating. That will be wonderful. And also, obviously, on iTunes, come and subscribe to the channel if you want. Hit the like button and leave a comment.
Absolutely. If you are watching this on the YouTube, please do leave a comment and hit the like button.
Yeah, and all
for what it's worth.
Yeah, and all the other stuff that we do, you can find on Pancast@live.com. www.pancast.co.uk, or you can email us at pancast@live.com, and we're also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. You can find us there, just put in Pancast, and you'll see us on there. So that's it for another week. Thank you very much, Neil, for some wonderful news.
Thank you, pal.
And we will see you all again next week. May the Force be with you all.
Please. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube.
Thank you very much on YouTube. We'll see you all again
next week, hopefully.
Bye.